Hey folks, Joe Rivas here, the San Diego mortgage guy. And like this says, I'm going to be talking about open houses. Now, I usually send some agents open houses, agents of open houses that if I wasn't able to attend them, I send them a little quick video that says, sorry that I was not able to attend your open house, because I try to get to 5 to 10 at least a day, and sometimes I can't make them to all. But I did want to share with you the 5 tips that I share with those agents and those that I attend the open houses with, on 5 tips on a surefire way of following up from an open house. So here we go. Number 1, on Monday, you want to send them a thank you email. This is strictly thank you for coming. There is no sales talk. This is you being genuine. Number 2, on Wednesday, you want to send them an I almost forgot to tell you email. Now this highlights something that they were very interested in. For example, hey, that house that in that neighborhood that you were thinking about, I forgot to tell you about it. Or, hey, I forgot to tell you that if you need to sell your home, I can do a market analysis for you. Number 3, on Thursday, and this is the most important, this is the phone call. Now, this is a very personal phone call, and what you're saying basically is hey, you most likely saw some houses during last week when you were doing open houses that weren't open. I'd love to schedule private viewings for you, private showings for you. And if you don't get a hold of them, leave a message, don't just hang up, and then email them that same message. Number 4, 1 week after the open house that you met them at, on a Monday, you want to call them up again and say, hey, I was just thinking about you, and thinking about what you were talking about on whether the house specifics, neighborhoods, or whatnot. And then number 5, if you haven't met them by now, if you haven't gotten contact with them by now, you basically put them on your drip campaign and just be faithful with that drip campaign. And the reason I say that is I want to share with you some statistics. Now, numbers, I love math because numbers don't lie. Number 1, only 10% of salespeople, and that includes the agents, that includes realtors, that includes us loan officers, only 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts or 3 efforts in contacting the client. And then number 2, 80% of all sales are made between the 5th and the 12th contact. 80%. So that's a lot of being faithful out there, a lot of just rugging it out, even if you're not getting it. So 10% of salespeople make more than, or rather, only 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts to the prospective client, and 80% of all sales are made between the 5th and the 12th contact. The last tip, the sale here is not to make the actual sale, but basically to convince them to meet up with you, and then that hopefully they know, like, and then get to trust you, that you become their agent. I hope this helps. This was the 5 tips of how to follow up on an open house. I'm Joe Rivas, the San Diego mortgage guy. Take care.